last night I watched a film. I watched The Collector. It's a film. It's a horror film. This is the Spook6ular horror movie marathon. This is the 19th movie that I've reviewed throughout this marathon so far. So, if you're just coming in and you're seeing these, I know a lot of people are watching the playlist. I do have a playlist where you can check out all of the horror movie reviews for the Spook6ular. So there is a playlist. So if you just want to put that on and just watch them all in order or whatever, feel free to do so. That's going to be great. If you're currently watching the playlist and you're on video 19, which is this one, hello, and I hope you enjoy the rest. Anyway, so this is The Collector. This is I believe, a 2009 movie. I will say this. I've seen this movie already. There's two of them. There's The Collector, and then there's The Collection. And this was, I guess, supposed to be, the start of a new franchise, I think. You really kind of see, a lot of, attempts to build a franchise out of this movie. And there was a sequel. There was a planned third film, but then COVID happened, I think, and it's just kind of disappeared, so I don't know if that's going to happen. But either way, The Collector. I think this is a great movie. It's not that long. It's only really 90-ish minutes. It's not that long. But this movie, I think, is really, 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 really good. I really do think this movie is great. I mean, it kind of it's like a home invasion movie, but it's kind of like a home invasion, reverse Home Alone, where the invader sets up booby traps around the house, right, to reduce their home field advantage, right? It's a gross ass movie too. There's a lot of torture scenes, and it gets really fucked up. But okay, I want to talk about the start of this movie. The first 25 to 30 minutes of this movie, you're thinking it's going to be a heist movie. It's a heist movie, right? The main character is working on a family's, they're working on the house or whatever for some well-off family. That family says that they're going to go on vacation. They tell the guy, come back in a couple weeks. That guy knows that they've got some jewels or some rich shit, And so he plans to go in for a heist because his wife is behind on a debt collector payment or whatever. So he's strapped for cash and needs to go do this heist. So, it starts off as that. And then the thing I love about this movie is that, so it's a heist movie, right? And then this guy realizes there's someone else in the house with him. So he goes in there thinking it's going to be an easy in and out job. You go in, you steal a giant ruby, you fucking go out, you pay your wife's debt collector, you're good to go, right? And, but then, while he's trying to crack the safe, he hears other people in the house. Whoa, that's crazy, right? And then he's trying to hide, and then boom, you got the fucking collector. The goddamn fucking collector. Now, I gotta tell you, the way that the collector looks, their physical mannerisms, their body language, right? The mask, it's all really well done. I just have to say, the vibes of this movie, top notch. I also want to say this movie is a little artsy. There's a lot of scenes that have some really, epic music video shit going on, and the camera's going whoa, right? So I'm just saying they're trying out, they're trying it. I think the movie's really fun. This is a fun movie. If you like home invasion, you will like The Collector. If you like torture scenes, you will like The Collector. If you like a high anxiety movie, you will like The Collector. Now I'm going to spoil this movie pretty hard right here, so bear with me here. But my favorite part of the movie, the best part of the movie, I would even go as far as to say, so the main character, right, is able to elude the collector, right? He's able to hide from him, and the collector thinks that just the family is there, right? Because the family's supposed to be on vacation, but he brought them back to the house. I guess he intercepted them in some way. So he doesn't even know that the main character's here, right? And the main character managed it. That's the thing about it. It's high anxiety because the collector is just doing his own thing and doesn't know that the main character is here doing a heist, right? And so the anxiety is oh shit, he doesn't even know that. But once he finds out, he's gonna fucking kill this guy, right? And so, And the main character successfully escapes the house at around like, you know, like the 75% of the film, right? Right? He actually escapes the house. And then he turns back, right? And sees there's like a child, like a 10-year-old-ish, maybe younger, like 8-year-old child. He sees her like in the window begging for help, and then he goes back in. Now I gotta say, that part of the movie, it's the best part of the movie, because he's free. He has the ruby. He's got the jewel. He's free. He made it. Mission accomplished. He decides to turn around. One last look at the house, unnecessary. Then he realizes that there's a kid trapped in the house, and he tries to go back and save the kid. And obviously it doesn't really go well. And, you know, again, I just think that this movie was great. The pacing, right? There's like 3 distinct acts in this movie that I think they paced really wonderfully. There's the first act, which is setting up the main character, why he needs to go to a heist, right? Why he needs this money, right? Building the clock in there. He needs to get home by midnight, right? So we've already got some mild anxiety. The heist begins, right? And then it's like the cat and mouse kind of hiding from the guy, literally using a cat in one instance, rip that cat, to like try to draw their attention away and stuff like that. So it's very like, chessy, like anxiety-inducing stealth kind of movie. And then he turns around, he sees the kid, he goes back in, and then it's the fucking goddamn, it's an action-ass fucking shit. They're fighting each other. He gets captured by the collector, and then tortured, but he escapes the torture, and then it's like, and I just think this movie is really good. I think it's really good. I love the artistic quality where like the way that the camera like tries to do a lot of really cool scenes. I love the ending when it like shows all the dead bodies and this like, some like really crazy music going on. This movie, I thought it was really great. I love that it made the main character like, yes, he is committing a crime, but he's also a good guy. Like he is committing a crime, he is stealing, but he's a good person. He tries to save the family that he's stealing from. He tries to save the child. I thought it was great. I thought the villain, just the vibes of the villain, like how they look, how they act, the body language, all really good. It's all really good. I just love this movie. Now, again, I have seen this movie before. This is my second time watching it. I have also seen the sequel, The Collection. I'm going to be watching The Collection tonight. I will gotta tell you, The Collection is not as good as The Collector. This is a great movie. I wish it did become a franchise. I think it would have done a really good job at becoming a franchise. I think all the seeds are here in this film. The sequel, not as good. I'm going to watch it again tonight, so I want to reserve my judgment. But there you go. The Collector. I mean, it's a good movie. I love like the genre. Like it mixes genres up. It's like this, like the torture stuff, kind of like Saw. It's got like home invasion stuff. It's just a good movie. I really enjoyed the movie. It's got like the booby traps everywhere, right? And then you're thinking to yourself, how the fuck did this guy lay out all of these booby traps? Were they visible when the guy went in initially to steal the ruby? Were all these traps visible? Were they there already and he just didn't know? Or is he just setting all the traps up really fast? It builds the layers of anxiety. I just think it's a great movie, really well done. Now again, in my memory, the sequel, not nearly as good. Now, I'm willing to have an open mind. I'm going to check it out again tonight, The Collection. But this movie, I do have to say, is a very classic horror movie. I think it melds like the slasher genre, torture genre, a home invasion. I think it melds them all really well. The ending, like, does he escape? Like, I just think it's so good. I think this movie is great. So, if you can handle the bloody torture and the gore and the intestines on the floor, it's a great movie. You'll love it. If you can't handle that, well, that's a shame. But there you go. That's The Collector.